Pretend you're a child and I'm a child. Hi. Children don't have reservations. They will look at you the minute they see you and say, hi, you want to be my best friend? You want to come over to my house? And the adult walks in and goes, I'm sorry, Susan, we don't know this child. They cannot come over and play. Sorry, child, but I am teaching my child to have an adult mind, which is a rational mind. And my rational mind tells me that you cannot come to our house because we don't know you. You're a stranger, right? But a child is very energetic and fluid. We'll look at someone and vibe with them and say, hi, you want to be my best friend? Yeah. You want to come to my house? I have a tree house. You want to go play? Yeah. And if you have a parent that's cool, the parent will be like, all right, let's go. And I'll go with you and I'll sleep outside. You guys go up there and have fun, blah, blah. It's meant to be. Let's go with the flow. Let's live in the moment. Yeah. Alas, that is not the world we live in, but it's fun to pretend, isn't it? My name is Mary Moses, and we are about to give a reading to Teresa today. And Teresa and I had a visual, and in the visual, there were horses. And horse is power. And so when we are hunting for power, and when we're hunting for a good world, we are also hunting for appropriate relationships that are like a child, where we trust people not because they're quote unquote good. We trust people because we see a spirit within them, which is a powerful spirit like a horse. And horses are wild, and horses stay together. And wild horses are a pack, and they represent a powerful spirit. So I can't wait to see what the blueprint of Teresa's soul brings out for us today to teach us, but also to help Teresa to understand the voice of spirit. It is not my intention for you to believe anything that I say today. It's my intention that you see that spirit is alive and does talk to you, that you're not alone, and that you should trust in your heart and what spirit has to say to you, so that you hear the voice and you don't seek outside of yourself, right? 3 cards pulled for you. Relax. Being in the boat is being in the eye of the needle, which is like a forest or a place that is removed from the world in order to hear spirit. And so you kind of detach from the matrix and you become like a Neo Anderson that left the matrix. You're in a waiting place. This waiting place is really kind of like a seed that has been watered and has really come out and has gone toward the sun, but it's waiting for its full flowering, and this takes time. So we'll see what spirit has to say. These are just silly cards. They're not real. What about Zoltan? He's not real.
My powers only last so long, and I am quite surprised you have wasted the power of Zoltan on this frivolous question. Please take a moment to reflect and ask me something more profound and worthy of Zoltan the Great.
Well, you know what we think about you, Zoltan? That you're a little bit negative today. We're going to shoot bubbles at your head. There you go. We're going to call you Jerktown. You're being a jerk. We do not agree with you. And besides that, you're a robot. All right. So here we go with Mushi. I keep forgetting her name. Mushi, our butterfly. Why do we anoint pieces with this silly butterfly? Why do we do this? For magic. We are magical beings if we allow our inner child to play and to say, hi, I love you. Be my best friend. Let's go play. And then you never see him again the next day. Doesn't matter. Living in the moment is like that. You'll have them as your best friend for one day. So Teresa, today you're my best friend. What? We're best friends today. And this is something that is so fun, right? A healthy human being resonates around 100 hertz frequency. A compromised immune system is about 60 hertz frequency if you start getting sick. Somebody who's dying is about 25 hertz frequency. So many gurus and ascended masters wear essential oils like rose is 320 hertz frequency. Frankincense is 147 hertz frequency. Cotton clothing is 100 hertz frequency, but linen clothing, like a linen cloak, is 5,000 hertz frequency. And so when you see Jesus wearing this cloak and they touched the hem of his garment and it healed them, there may be some kind of significance that he was wearing wool or linen, which has 5,000 hertz frequency, which is a very healing fabric. So when you're thinking of life, death, God, or lies, truth or life or death, think in terms of frequency. And frequency will help you find the light or your truth or your power. What? So if I hear a song, maybe one word is for you, maybe the whole thing is for you, but I already know your song because of what I visualized. Here we go, Teresa. Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleep, little baby. Doesn't mean you're a baby. When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays, all the pretty little horses. You're holding a lightning bolt. You're holding an angel in your hand. You're holding angels in two hands. You have shifted timelines. You may not believe this, but the lightning strike that cuts you in half means that you left a world behind that no longer, your consciousness is no longer there. You've gone through a flipping. The sun flips every 11 years, and our hearts are connected to the sun, and this flipping happened like a thief in the night or a lightning strike. So you've literally shifted timelines. Most of us have, as I see. I rarely see someone who's still down here. Seems to be some sort of negative energy down here. There's a male, and then there's a witch. There's some negative blocking shields energy here. some blocking, but that was in the past. So, but there seems to be something going on there. You have a god, a strange looking god that is like bearded and has their hand over you. And there's like a planet around their head. So this is a god is a place, not a person. And it's an egg. And in the other hand, they're holding a stone tablet like Moses. And there's a name here. It could possibly start with the letter P. I'll ask for clarification. There's definitely a communication to you from someone or something. But you're very tall. You're part of the giants. Your DNA of your soul is that you were, your body. Let me tell you what Spirit is saying. So you come from this place. There are these people. And it's a tower and it's a clock. And here is your body. And the clock has the letter A on it. And it goes like this. And there's these people. It's the Tower of Babel. The Tower of Babel was not. It looks like there are all these people here. Thousands of people. There is like a pyramid or a volcano, and there's fire going up. And this person's a tower also. And there's a male energy. There's a lot of male energy here. You know, people who come in your art, they don't have to be deceased. There's a father, whether it's grandfather, father, there's a father energy coming forward. And I think okay, so let me go ahead and tell you what's going on here. So, there's this man, and everyone is a place. They are a tower. And this man is holding the eye of the needle on the hand. Like a staff. And then in the other hand is a box. And everything is boxed in some strange way. And there's this person here holding an oracle ball. Like an oracle. And it's somebody who has a strange... It looks like Dagon the fish god. And a flower. And a claw that looks like the claw of a scorpion. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, according to my friend John. There's an owl. Not sure why your head is, you have Hebrew or Greek words above your head in another language, and it says ha and then may, and when I see ha, I think of Haya, and then when I see may, I think of Mary or the mermaid. Why are you at the Tower of Babel? What does this have to do with you? There is a big train behind you. Huge train behind you. It's like, okay, it goes like this, and there's these windows. There's these people in the train. And the train actually has 2 levels. There's a lower deck and an upper deck. It's a huge, huge train. And it's behind you. And it's going this way. And there's people in the train. Like that. Like this. And it's also like a building. This is all about a master architect. This is all about somebody who creates worlds. Now, the volcano, it may go back to Scientology, and I don't know if I believe this. So I'm not sure I'm seeing correctly. Because when I see that Xenu stole our souls millions of years ago, put us here, blew us up in a volcano, we had no body to go into, so then we took over these human bodies, and we lost our memory and our power. That's the story of it. It does say Xenu. Okay, great. I don't know if I believe this is the problem, so think about it yourself, because I will see what volcano you're in. They say that if you're in Scientology, you have to, they call it auditing your soul. And I'm not sure if I really believe it, but here's what I'm seeing. Some female is tied up, blindfolded, and then something over the mouth also. And your hands are pulling up, like, and there are these tall beings with these very tall hats, these pointy tall hats. So let me see what's going on here. So what volcano is it? Okay, so there's a piece of paper and it has X, like X marks the spot. There's a picture of a volcano. Then out of the volcano is a rat. Now, the only thing I can associate with the rat is the Mount Ararat in Armenia, but I don't think they are volcanoes. I do see the letter W here and WV or WY. And then I see the letter H and then possibly the letter I. And there's a pathway that goes into this place. These tall beings, they look like wizards. They have these pointy hats and they look like Santa Clauses with a beard, and they're very tall, and I don't know who they are, but anyway, it's something that's connected to the blueprint of your soul. So, okay. So your entire piece is speaking of where you came from. It's your spirit guides are telling you that you were put into this prison. So I'm seeing some things pretty clear here. All right. This place is a prison. This place is, there's these faces and their arms are holding up a higher realm. Their energy is being siphoned for higher worlds. When you watch Harry Potter, there was this piece of art, and in the art were these muggles, and the muggles are underneath this platform holding up the letter M at the top, right? I think it really exists because if you look at the statues, the ancient statues of goddesses that are either seated or standing, they're like Athena in Nashville, Tennessee. She's standing on a platform of little people holding her up. This means that the prison planet that we were born in, our energy in some unseen way feeds the gods. And so when you look at Egyptian goddesses or gods, they're seated or standing on a platform of little people. And so this is a prison. And it looks like your soul was taken by Xenu, and you were put into a volcano, and you went into a human body, and the energy of the body was trapped in a box. And there's an Ankh here. And so this is a trap. And so this energy feeds this world. So this world is a different place. This is a place where people aren't black. They're lighter in color. They're taller and they're made of light. They actually feed off of the lower world. And they are illuminated. These people, they still have a shape. You can see them. They walk a pathway to another world. Then up here, it's like a holograph. It's like a simulation. This is a table where they come out of this hologram. And each level is just a different stage or something, because well, it looks like you're way up there, but you came from down here. See, I believe that people like Scientologists will tell you that you have to go into the clear in order to have your power. The clear is known as a wall, and the wall looks like the letter T. So you look like the letter T here. It's called the operating OT, the operating Thetan. When you're in the clear, you don't have attachments to you that is keeping you from your power. So it says HAN. Hand. So you have the hand of God. You're holding two angels. They're little angels. They're little spirits. Oh my gosh. I think you may work with some sort of galactic people that look like this to take these young souls. They're too small to, they haven't grown their soul. They're like little munchkins, short of understanding. And see, Scientology sees it as evil, but this may be a process of our souls. I'm not sure, but it looks like the story of Thor. We were innocent little things, and we decided to grow. And in order to grow, we had to be stripped of our power and put into a prison that felt like a prison. And we had to grow like a Tower of Babel. Now, if your soul is the Tower of Babel that has the ability to grow and be like God, why did God cut down the tower? Wouldn't God want us to be as one? Wouldn't God want us to see eye to eye with truth? If God is a reflection of truth and life and joy or whatever, would not God want us to grow our tower like the Tower of Babel, to become one with God? Why remove us? According to this, we were very tiny, dark souls, black. And we had to go through the fire of Mordor, kind of like that allegory, in order to purify being blind and deaf of seeing and hearing God. In order to get to God, we had to go through a prison. Hermione says they get what they deserve, because a muggle is someone who takes a Harry Potter who lost his mother and father and treats him like garbage. They are gluttons, they are self-important, they are know-it-alls, they're arrogant, they're disrespectful, they're abusive, they are cruel, they are thoughtless and narcissistic. And unless we have the heart of a child and can hear spirit and be humble and kind and thoughtful and put ourselves in other people's shoes, we deserve this prison. Absolutely deserve it. When we release and surrender and no longer hold on to low self-worth or self-importance, like a thief in the night, bam, we move up. Each level gives us power. And if we misuse our power through either self-importance or low self-worth, we will go back down. So this is the process of your life. You are the Tower of Babel. You're growing your soul. And you're tall, and then you become, this is why God has his hand over your head, eventually growing to the height of God, seeing God face to face, and being able to understand who God is by seeing God within the reflection of you. Now, so down below here is a prison, which your elbows are blocking that prison. The dimensional train is kind of like the Polar Express. If we can't hear the bell, the golden bell to the golden age of Aquarius, we have to get on the train, meet the Santa Claus with the tall hat and the beard, and go through a myriad of things in order to hear the bell. This is hearing the voice of God. Once you hear the voice of God, you get the golden ticket. You're done with your lesson. You get off the train. Once you're off the train, every time you move up in dimensions, down, up, you get closer and closer to God. This is the Tower of Babel. I believe that the entire Bible is an allegory. I do not believe it says Mrs. Claus. You are the female version of or turning into like the female version of God, which is Haya. You do have HA here. So you're just being encouraged to go through this process that you're going through, because every time you're in a prison and you want to get out, all you have to do is trust, release, surrender, 0 point energy, forgive. Don't live in yesterday, don't live in tomorrow. Don't have low self-worth, don't have self-importance. Stay in the moment, laugh. Confident, like a thief in the night, you will go to a higher dimension. And the higher dimension you through bodies of gods. So here is a body of a god. If this is Yeshua, Yah is moon, Shua is sun. So we move through the body of these gods, growing our soul from little tiny souls here. See these little angels? Aren't they cute? They're little. I read a near-death experience once where someone went through these portals and found themselves amongst giant souls. They were really tall and they were little. And the soul looked at them and said, "Look at this little soul. How did you get here?" And they took the soul and put them through a chute, which was an invisible circle here. Put them through this circle. There are some planetary alignments going on here. Put them through the circle and put them back down here, because we're not allowed in the halls of the God until we've grown to that point. It takes time. It is a dimensional train. It says up, like the movie Up with the balloons. And being an oracle, there seems to be some kind of communication of half man, half animal here. There's something going on here with this man. The man has a this is a peacock. A peacock is an alchemical symbol. So, but this man is half man, half animal. Like he's half of a horse. So, human beings that were half horse, half animal, they're called centaurs. They literally existed. So you're connected to a centaur. But your soul was taken, but it's not a bad thing, because what is evil is turned into good, because what happened is we ended up taking this bad and turning it into good. And so when we had to come here, we cracked open like an egg and were able to shift up out of this prison to the higher realm. And then it says war. So there's a god of war here. Ward. So this is a prison guard. The prison guard is the age of Pisces, which is that symbol. It is the body of Christ. The body of Christ is a prison. It's a painful prison where we have to heal all 7 chakras like the 7 wounds of Christ, die before we die, release and surrender, purify ourselves, fly over the 7 colors of the rainbow, and grow our soul into the Tower of Babel. And you are the Tower of Babel. That is so interesting to me. You have the little windows here. And so when you're thinking of Thor, for instance, Thor had to grow in this lower realm without his hammer. And your job is to look at someone. If they are black, they get sent back here. If they are white, If they are white, they get purified. And so anyway, so you are connected to a place that starts with the letter H. It does say Thor. And then here it says Freya. But it says many things here. It keeps changing on me. You have Thor, you have he, and then ha, and then Liam, Liam, Leah, Lilith, Leal, something like that. So you're in a new body. You are in a body of a goddess now. You're not in the body of this prison. So we're not in Yah, Moon, Shua. We're not in Yahshua. We're actually here, and you are in the body of this goddess. And this goddess keeps changing names on me. Let me see here. So it says Thor. And then this says Freya. But I'm going to help you understand what Freya is and what all these names actually mean. But you had the name Ha. Now, I'm also going to explain what Ha is. You have Ha. And then you have Yah. That's the moon. And you have Freya. Freya. And then your crown here is a crown. So, and then on that book right there is a trapped soul. Somebody who is stuck in a timeline. They don't know how to get out. And you're going to teach these young souls how to get out. They feel like God hates them. They're like screaming, why cut down the Tower of Babel unless, why aren't we meant to be like God? Why not? Why can't we resonate or have the same frequency as God? And your energy is here going, oh, because you have to grow to that point. So this is the Tower of Babel, and here you are. Let's look again and see what volcano. It says M-A-U, W, and then and it has other names here as well, but I don't think that the Tower of Babel, it could have been an actual place, but according to your piece, it is not a place. It is the invisible world. So on the invisible world, I have actually seen the dimensional train, and I'm going to tell you something about the dimensional train that you'll find so fascinating. The dimensional train has very tall angels that puts tiny souls in the train. They tried to make Hagrid look very tall and big, right? Hagrid was the one who put Harry Potter on the train. Harry Potter was the little soul getting on the train. Hagrid was very tall. I've seen these tall angels. They're very tall. So you are definitely something about you and your energy connected to a centaur. And they actually existed. And you can see that the man's arm is like the head of a horse here. You can see like the face of You can see a horse. So you were a centaur, and maybe some jerk god doesn't like centaurs and sent us into human bodies through a volcano because of something, and the only way out is to go through this prison. And the prison is the body of a god, which every god is a description of time, which is why you have a clock right here and then another clock over here. They are reflections of each other. One is the letter A as a capital, the other is a lowercase a. I don't know what that means. But nonetheless, we make it through these dimensions and the dimensional train. They are bodies of time, and this is your story of your life. So let's talk about some of the symbologies here and what these symbols actually mean. And this is kind of a sneaky way of teaching you how to escape the matrix. Now, John would tell you something about the owl, that planet, and your face being in alignment where something happens. My friend John would say that owl, and this is the moon, and that is the sun, and this is somebody, and these are all not gods, but bodies of planetary alignments. But I don't know anything about that because I don't really study astrology, astronomy, or zodiac signs or tarot cards. I like to keep myself fresh and innocent so that my readings are pure. But anyway, you have the letter R backwards. 2 of them. All right, well, anyway, let's talk about this. The Egyptian Book of Gates is connected to the god Ra. He is a sun god. And the Egyptian Book of Gates is a place that looks like this, and they have many levels. And a goddess is always in charge of the different levels that you would go on. When you're thinking of the Egyptian Book of Gates, think of Hotel California. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. It's a box, it's a prison. Now, the Ark and the boat of Ra are the same. The Egyptian Book of Gates and the Christian Ark are the same, but for some reason Christianity is like the Mickey Mouse bubblegum version of it, and the Egyptian description of the Egyptian Book of Gates is a more advanced version. They are descriptions of time. They are sacred geometrical understandings of our descension or ascension or growth, spiritually speaking. I don't know if it's a manipulation tactic, like a game, you know. It seems as if we do get to grow. We do get to learn. I've seen miracles in my life. I believe that. I believe in magic. But for someone who doesn't believe in magic, you might question, like, really? I mean, why aren't we just sent to a place where we're told the truth? Why aren't we given food that's not poisonous? Why do we drink fluorinated water? Why are we lied to? Why do they tell us that we're living in sin if we don't sign a marriage contract when the marriage contract and the ceremony isn't even in the Bible? Why do they make us sign memberships to these churches? Why is there so much deception and corruption in this world? Because if we're meant to grow our soul, wouldn't growing our soul require truth? I think that there is more to it and it's complicated. So to keep it minimal, let us just look at the basics. And so let's go to the basics when it comes to the Ark and when it comes to the Egyptian Book of Gates. So the celestial ship is called the boat of Ra, which is the sun god. But I believe that Ra is the illusion. I think it's the myth of Ra. But I don't know that. That's my temporary opinion. Because here's what I was told in my readings only. There's a god that is the opposite of Ra, and his name is Ar. Remember that gods are not people, they are places of time, like a room. So when you move through a body of a god, like Yahshua, which is the fish, this is the age of Pisces. Yahshua reflects Yah, which is the moon. Shua is sun. We go from darkness, ignorance, into light, awakening. And so that was the body of the age of Pisces, which is the symbol that man is holding in your peace. It is a place where you are in a box and you suffer the 7 wounds of Christ. You suffer condemnation and judgment. You suffer religious ideals and dogmas. You suffer Pharisees and narcissistic energies. You might like to know that the god of the moon of Babylonian times was named Sin. So we were born in sin. To come out of the box, you have to move through the body of Christ, which is moon, sun. Once you move through the moon and the sun, you come out of the box. The box actually opens, and an open box makes a cross. When you have opened your soul like a cross, you have died of who you were. You have let go of all of who you were and all the people attached to that self, gone through the eye of the needle, became nothing, and then became everything, turning yourself into an oracle. The oracle was written in the Bible 23 times. So that when you hear the voice of God and you obey it, you become an oracle, and an oracle gets to move up into another body of a god, which has a name. Sometimes the name of the body of a god is Solomon. If you've entered the temple of Solomon, you've come to a place where the sun dominates the moon. Sol means sun, Oman spells moon. This is a good thing. Like, for instance, if you've entered into the body of Freya, Frey is a place, and Yah is the moon. It is a place that dominates the moon. Like Gaia, Ga, Yah. Or the goddess of Armenia, her name is Haya, Ha, Yah. And the Dogon tribe calls the goddess of Sirius B, the dog star, Emma, Yah. This is a place that dominates darkness. It's an illuminated place that dominates a dark world, where Yeshua was a dark world that dominated light, and we had to move through that. So going from Pisces to Aquarius is the agenda. Well, anyway, this god named Ra is the god of the sun. And in Armenia, the god of the sun was named Ar, which is the opposite of Ra, and was a place that was male. So Ar means sun. Ha was earth. And Yah is moon. So Jesus spoke Aramaic. Just think of the words letter A-R. In Aramaic, the Lord's Prayer actually says, Our Father, Mother. And he actually says the word Haya. Now, the ark was found in Armenia, A-R. And the ark was found on Mount Ararat, A-R. Mithra is like the myth of Ra. Spell it backwards, you have A-R. Mary has A-R. And this A-R name here is a place. And they worshipped male and female equally with spirit. Earth, sun, earth, moon. Sun, male, spirit, female. It was the Trinity. And why our religion took out the great goddess, I don't know. But Mithra was Christ. And Mithra is the same story as Christ. And Mithra was a bull. He was half human, half bull. And he says, drink my blood and live forever. So did Jesus. Jesus says, drink my blood and live forever. So there's a lot of stories about this, but if you're thinking about it as far as the Bible goes, or you're talking about the Egyptian Book of Gates, the Egyptian Book of Gates and the Bible are really a communication of numerology and sacred geometry. And the story goes like this. We were born in sin. This is flesh. This is the moon. This is the mind. We did not have spirit. We were removed from that in some way, however, which way it happened. Through a miraculous thing that happens either in our DNA or just through time or through baptism or through an awakening of sorts or maybe planetary alignments, we bump into a spirit and we become reborn. So Christians call it being born again. Shamans call it your double. Scientists call it your twice born self. You go through a battle when that spirit comes into your heart. Like an egg, you awaken, and these look like two people looking in a mirror. And it's a time of a mirror. This battle will manifest outside of yourself. You will start having arguments and fights with all kinds of people because you are battling spirit and flesh. And so making peace with your outside world will be a telltale sign that you have made peace with spirit. Anyway, when you become half flesh, half spirit, you've gone into the boat of Ra or the ark. It is the Vesica Piscis. So the Vesica Piscis is a communication. It's a story that's told in the Bible and in the Egyptian Book of Gates. The story is the story of this symbol. This symbol is the mirror. This symbol is the baptism of water, the baptism of fire. It is the Holy Grail. It is the age of Pisces. It is the all-seeing eye. It is where you fight God in the belly of the whale. It is the ark. And when you're there, you're going to go through all this mess. Behind every pleasure and every pain is a sacred geometrical shape. So when you see this shape, run. I call it a jerk shape because it creates pain and it's kind of like a snake. And what it does have a face of a snake. What it does is it aggravates you. If you are polarized by low self-worth or self-importance or ignorance or narcissism or shame, it will push you and push you and push you out of this area or that area into your balance. Notice that the bottom shape is 6. This is the baptism of water is the bottom. Once you go through the baptism of fire, you're facing 12 o'clock. When you become 12 years old spiritually, you begin to awaken like an egg. And this egg helps you to become aware that you're no longer you. You are half flesh, half spirit, and you become dominated by a spirit guide. So now here you are in the boat. You finally heard God. The Vesica Piscis also looks like an ear. And when you hear God and you obey God, then you're in the boat, you're safe. And everyone else who doesn't hear God, oh well. But when you hear God, you obey God, and you're going through the eye of the needle. It is also the eye of the needle. So the eye of the needle is a place where you actually hear God. So suffice it to say, when you become born again, you begin to hear God and obey God to become an oracle. If any man speak, let them speak as the voice of the oracle. So once you're in the boat, you're hearing God, you're obeying God, you will begin to grow again like an embryo in the belly of a womb or of the great mother. And so here, this is the process of growing through the belly of Mary, the great mother, or Freya. When you're growing through the belly of the great mother, your soul, like an embryo, will triple. This tripling of your soul will bring forward the invisible holy dove. This is known as the triquetra. The triquetra, the triquetra is about learning to balance giving and receiving with your thoughts, giving and receiving with your emotions, under the dominance of an invisible spirit. Greater is spirit within you than you are in the world, and spirit is much more powerful than flesh. This holy dove will help you to grow your spirit to be tall like the Tower of Babel, out of a prison, cracking open an egg. But initially, what cracks open is the black raven, and we will send our thoughts back into the age of Pisces and indulge in our thoughts, our feelings, low self-worth, self-importance, politics, the world of the dead, and we will suffer until we become purified, white as snow like the white holy dove or a white horse, to seek first the kingdom of God. Joy, thankfulness, forgiveness, and just don't even worry about the world. They're going to have trail derailments. They're going to have all kinds of mess. They always will, always have. Every prisoner complains about the prison guards and the prison. Don't focus on that. You're going to start creating your new self and your new world. And the holy dove will help with this purification process. And when that holy dove is dominating you, then you will again grow your soul. The fourth piece is the flower of life. It is the olive branch. It's the baptism water, baptism of fire, age of Pisces, Aquarius. And this is your holy dove helping you find your home in your truth and to see eye to eye with God and become your power and really kind of regain your memory back of who you were and everything and stepping into your power. So whether we're talking about the Egyptian Book of Gates, which the Egyptian Book of Gates is a rectangular place that has many levels, and each level has an animal like a spirit guide, and each spirit guide takes you through a myriad of understandings outside of yourself, and everyone you meet pushes you into balance because everyone you meet is that God. So when we were in the body of Christ, we met some jerks because we were learning to not be a jerk or whatever. We were learning. So it may be a truth that when we were in the body of Christ, that everyone we met was Christ. There may be a truth that when Jesus said, turn over a stone and there I am also, or cut a piece of wood and there I am also, was revealing to us that we're really just seeing mirrors of ourselves. And when we make peace with ourselves, we grow into a higher realm or reality where we perfect that image more and more and more until we climb up the Tower of Babel, which is the Egyptian Book of Gates. How does this apply to the ark? In the ark, when we found our home and the ark landed, we stepped out of the ark and found paradise, basically. For Jesus, when Jesus was 12, he left the Bible. He wasn't powerful at that time. He had to leave the temple to go and become powerful. When he came back, I think he was 30 when he came back. He died at 33. When he came back, he was walking on water. Walking on water means that you're no longer in the age of Pisces. You have made it to the crown, the golden age of Aquarius. You become an oracle and you have the ability to time travel, raise the dead, and do many powerful things. Jesus said you can be as powerful as him and more if you believe. And so we just have to believe. So that's what this is. And that's what your piece is really saying. That you're in the body of Freya or Haya. It's a place that dominates the moon. You're no longer in the prison. You've ascended. Notice how this looks like the number 44 backwards also. There's the eye of the needle. When we go through the eye of the needle, we literally shift and go over a bridge, the train, and we go into the Tower of Babel. I don't know what AA means. Oh, I know what it means. There's a God that is was one of the original. Oh, it's connected to Moses. Okay, I know who this. I know this is on. This is Akhenaten, and Akhenaten has two A's to his name. And Akhenaten believes in one God, and so did Moses. Moses was the one who promoted Akhenaten and Akhenaten's agenda of monotheism. So, you are connected to centaurs, Akhenaten, the Egyptian god, and you're connected to the Tower of Babel, and the Egyptian Book of Gates. I mean, it's all connected, but it's also connected to Zenu, where it seems as if Zenu thinks that our souls are jerks and put us in a prison to be purified, and we have to work at it to get out. Don't know if it's true, but that's what I am seeing in your piece. As far as the blueprint of your soul, you do have a big letter B over your belly. Seems A, B, C. A, B, C. I know what this means. There are 3 stars in the Sirius system. There's Sirius A, there's Sirius B, and there's Sirius C. C is the invisible mother. Her name is Emma Yaw. It's probably Freya also. And she is, it's the dog star. So when you're thinking of Sirius B, the dog star, as an allegory, think of Harry Potter. Harry Potter's God and Father was in a prison that looked like this. It was a tower. It had windows like this. They called it Azkaban. Harry Potter's God and Father was named Sirius B, the dog. Sirius Black, the dog. Now, Sirius Black was in prison for 12 years, and he held a prison number of 903, which is also 12. Notice that Harry Potter left the Muggles at 12. So we have this number 12. It seems as if at 12 years old, something happens within our mind or heart that cracks open like an egg, and our God and Father is released from the cells of our body, a prison of our body, and we begin to awaken and ascend and be released to hear and to get closer to God, to start growing into the Tower of Babel. So, Azkaban in Gematria actually parallels with prison planet. So when your God and Father is released from prison of your body, which is your temple, at 12 years old, and Sirius B, the dog, was in prison for 12 years, this means that you've gone through that triquetra, that threefold flame. The holy dove has hatched, and you've become half flesh, half spirit. This is the Trinity. This is why Neo Anderson in the Matrix had his Trinity to become powerful. You cannot be powerful unless you have your Trinity. You can't get out of prison unless you have your Trinity. And so that's what it means. You cannot get out of prison unless you've gone through the eye of the needle and found your holy dove, which is the Trinity. So, Azkaban, the cells of your blood and your body is the prison. And that's what it's saying. The Tower of Babel is our body. And so we are awakening, and in this awakening, we are hearing the truth for the first time. And this truth should set us free if we can understand that we are in the body of a God. And everyone you talk to is this invisible energy of that God. So you're always being watched and seen. So A seems as if there's two A's. I don't know what that means. But B is Sirius B, the dog star. And C is the dense planet of the Sirius star system. And you might like to know that the Dogon tribe says that Sirius C is invisible. You cannot see it. But they knew about it. I don't know how they knew about it, but they've known about it for thousands and thousands of years. So let's look at your piece and let's just, consider. I think that what I'm seeing in your piece is keep going. It looks like you are a prison guard of sorts. Once you grow your soul to this Tower of Babel, B, Babylonian, Babel, B, you're going to take young little souls that don't know what they're doing, learn how to be the hand of God. Because once you become an oracle and spirit dominates the flesh, there is no condemnation for anything that you do or say. This is in the Bible, because it is not by you that does these things. It is by spirit and the hand of God. To have the hand of God, the hand of God. These hands are very significant. It says hand of God. To have the hand of God, you have the hands of God, means that everything that you do and say is under the obedience, the mental obedience of God. This means that you become the hands of God. If God is invisible, you are the hands of God. If God is invisible, you are the voice of God. If God is invisible, you are the feet of God. And so this is you becoming a soldier of God, really. Oh, but it's so funny how you were a centaur. That's crazy. Or at least somebody was. All right, well, let's look at your piece. I just see buildings, windows, trains, towers, prisons, all this stuff, and it just it says up. So seek first joy and don't connect with the prison planet and the people who are spiritually dead. You have a job to do, and you are the right hand of God. And this God has his right hand over your head. It's a very, very significant piece. Incredibly significant. If someone was an alchemist and knew about ancient symbology and all of these things, saw this, they would be blown away. It's a wonderful promise that we are never stuck in a timeline forever. We can get out of it through our behavior. You've been studying something and was great. Akhenaten. Okay. Condoned worship, promoted thankfulness. Yeah, I don't know much about Akhenaten. He's come into my art 3 or 4 times in the last year. Maybe 3 times. Maybe this is the 3rd time. And, Moses followed Akhenaten. And Moses wore horns on his head like a bull. Because there were a group of people who knew that Mithra and the bull were an Ophiotaurus, that we at one time were half animal. And this centaur and the reason Mithra was cutting the bull was a communication that we were like an Ophiotaurus or a dragon or something that looks like that. The story of Maleficent. Our wings were cut. So the story of the golden compass. Our animal was cut from us. This is why baptism was important, where the holy dove descends upon you in a baptismal way, when you call forward, say, dear God, I don't have you inside of, I don't have your energy within me, and I want to feel you and hear you, then you surrender and you get baptized, and then suddenly the animal that was cut from you descends upon you again, where we were cut from them. And so you got to wonder why Jesus was baptized, because if he didn't have his animal, if he didn't have God within him, then why did he get baptized? Baptism is about ushering in the energy of spirit within your flesh. So the baptism is about having the willingness to purify ourselves out of a prison and into becoming half flesh, half spirit, and awakening to truths that are not in the Bible. This is why it says in the Bible that the truth is kept for the glory of God, because those who are ready to hear the truth will hear the truth. Thank you for the rose. I love you. So animals are our God side. Why do we think that the Holy Spirit is an animal and not a person? And why do they describe Jesus as a lamb or a lion? Why are humans often talked about in an animalistic way? Mithra was the bull. He cut the bull in half and the bull became the moon. This is why Jesus' name is Yahshua. Yah, moon. Shua, sun, or the ray of the sun, which is really the rainbow. Hi, Opal Star. Thank you for coming. I love you. So glad you're here. What was the two R's for? These are runes from Norse mythology, I'm guessing. It could be Babylonian. There's a lot of Babylonian symbols. Let's look at the Babylonian symbols, all right? Look at that there, like the half of the moon. These are all Babylonian symbols. If you look at the bottom of the owl, going like, that's that symbol here. Because I see the Tower of Babel and with the letter B, I'm guessing there's a lot of Babylonian communications here. So John sent me this book and I don't really know, but I will show you that we were half animal, half people. There's a lot of those in here. So this is the bull. It is half bull, half fish. And this is called a Ophiotaurus. That is the goat fish. And my friend John, he knows more about this than I do. But let's look at some of the symbols in your piece, see if Spirit gives us a miraculous communication as far as, I just saw the word Babel. Did I lose it? I'm just going to trust Spirit. Oh, yeah, see, look at that. I don't know if you know this. There's the centaur. See how his face is erased? It's a half animal. It's like a horseman. And then there were dog people. I don't know if you know this, but there's a saint in the Catholic Church that they have him with the face of a dog. And these dog people are written in history. So half man, half animal is not something that is a fairy tale. It actually literally is all over in ancient history. So this is Inanna, and this is the bull of heaven, right? So the bull of heaven Inanna is the goddess of heaven. And Inanna is equated to Haya and Freya. The story of Inanna and the bull is very significant. There's the eye of the needle. So I don't know. So the left is the sun, the center is the moon, and the other one is Venus. So that's the moon. That's the sun. That may be another planet, but let me tell you the story of Inanna. Inanna was cast away from heaven and sent to a prison. She didn't want to be there. So Enki saved her. Enki cursed her brother to live in the prison planet half the time. Now, we talked about how the sun flips every 11 years, right? Like the upside down world. So the male energy lives in the prison planet while the female enjoys heaven. Then it flips. Then the female goes to the prison and the male goes to heaven. And so Christ came so that we didn't have to keep flipping. But the only way to stop going heaven, hell, heaven, hell, heaven, hell, prison, ignorance and awakening, constantly losing memory, according to, I guess, the Bible, you have to go through the body of Christ, which is the moon and the sun, Yeshua, and you have to go through the eye of the needle, and you have to start taking on the mind of God, where you are not you. So you have to let go and surrender and allow these truths to awaken you and grow you and whatever. I'm not sure I believe it because I'm weary that I thought that as much work as I've been doing for me personally, as much as I do to create a magical, happy, childlike, joyful world, I thought there would be more miracles by now. And so although I'm seeing in your art, keep going. You go through the eye of the needle, we're growing, we're going up and we're ascending and we're going past the wall and we're becoming like the Tower of Babel and we're starting to get close to God. I don't understand why these systems that are still around us are still, in place. Seems like we would start seeing miracles, but there's so many opinions. Now, this entire area over here is a bald eagle. So this eagle is about freedom, but it's also about judgment. I'm hoping that the truth of the matter is when we do make it through the eye of the needle and we literally surrender and we become the oracle that hears God and speaks God and all that we start seeing miracles. But for me, I'm just taking care of my own power and my own energy. But when I look outside my window, I don't see that the world has changed very much. So sometimes I have contradicting thoughts about the whole agenda. Heaven on earth is inside of us. We don't witness it outside of us yet. The physical takes long. That's a good way of looking at it. You have 2 miracle kids. I would like to see our children born with prosperity and opportunity. You have faith in love and soul family. I like that one too. That's still 3D, low vibration. We will soon witness both freedom and justice and independence. It's so dense here. It has to catch up to our consciousness rising. That's my vibe. That's what I'm screaming. It's like our outer world has to catch up. If our government system is a reflection of our ignorance or whatever collectively, it's about time that we have some power and freedom and start working in a more balanced way. I love my world. I love my house. I love my family. I live in heaven. I have prosperity. I have a loving family. I'm not complaining about my personal life. It's just when I look outside my window and I see the chaos and I see people lost and I see I see things. And when I see those things, it's like, oh, come on, you know. Growing pains. Isn't it interesting, though, that according to this reading, the Tower of Babel is your soul? And when the soul gets to a certain precipice, God reaches out the hands and you don't grow anymore because you've reached a certain height. And is this the story of Inanna, where Inanna went to heaven and then when it was time, she had to go back down here again? And is that the fall of the Tower of Babel, falling down? Because there's some stories going on here, especially the centaur. First time I've ever seen a centaur in any of my readings ever. Ever. I feel like there has to be redemption and miracles will be visible eventually. Thank you so much. Super vibes. I loved your live last night. But I'm going to tell you that I felt like a mom. I don't know who was in your room, but I just felt something weird. And I felt like, okay, I'm going to stay here and make sure that you're protected for whatever reason. You have a really good energy and really good vibe, and I enjoyed it. And I mailed out your package today. But yeah, just it was like meant to be for me to be up because I usually don't stay up that late. But I was up like at 11:30 and I saw you just popped up on my page. I was like, oh, cool. And then I recognized your name and I was like, oh, I think I just read for that person. Wish I could have connected with you more. I was frozen for the majority. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it was like meant to be. I would love to color that in with watercolor for you. I wish somebody would paint these for me because I just paint them digitally. Do you know how long it takes me to paint them digitally? Do you know how long it would take me to paint them in reality? I just, I think that I give people this without painting it because you can still see more communication. Sometimes you can see numerology, names, faces, anything that maybe I didn't pick up on. So you can practice the looking glass when you receive this. If I paint it, it gets all, so I just paint it digitally so you can kind of get a grasp or an idea and the emotion behind it. So that you can have a better view. But when I send these to people, it's in its original form, so you can see more. Like here, you can see all kinds of things here, here, and here. Yeah, we were in the time of Pisces. Now we are, like, when we go past the eye of the needle, that's the age of Pisces, the fish, right? And now we went past the age of Pisces. We've gone, literally, according to this reading, we went through a portal. We are now in the body of a goddess. We're no longer in Yeshua, which is the fish. We are in Freya. It's like we are in a female. It's more a matriarch, not a patriarch. I went to Walgreens and got mine in 11 by 7 and framed it. Oh, I love that. So you should study the Tower of Babel. You should look at the movie Up with the balloons going up, helium. There are many communications here. Your soul, according to this, was taken. And you were part of the Tower of Babel and the Babylonians. And there was Zenu. Your soul was, you were blindfolded and gagged. You may have been a centaur. They may have, I don't know what happened. But if you are in a volcano, it's called MAUV or W. And then you went from here to here to here to here. And this is the process of your soul. Past, present, future. All the windows reflect wind. So you have wind energy and like Wendy. You're the character Wendy from Peter Pan who woke up. Peter Pan went through the window to get Wendy. And wind is invisible. This is the invisible Holy Spirit. The Pan blows the flute. The flute is the voice of the Holy Spirit that awakens within your body at a certain precipice where God comes out of a prison. And then you awaken, and this awakening grows you. Basically, that's the story here. Oh, that's right. We were going to look at these R's real quick. Sometimes I wish I just had John here all the time because John knows. I don't know. Let's see here. So let's find the R. Now, that the R is backwards, I don't know what that means. Maybe it's the opposite or has something to do with that. You have many of these symbols in your piece. Many of these symbols in your piece. You have that letter P, discipline and knowledge. You have that N. You have that H, R, journey, ride, and change. So when you get to the eye of the needle, you journey and ride and change out of Yeshua into a female energy of time. This energy of time has a name. It's just a different place. So you have this symbol right here. That is hail, drastic change, life lessons. What else do you have? You have that symbol, that's M. You have the two A's. You have that symbol there. The peacock is about purification. The colors of the peacock feather is an alchemical understanding of your spiritual growth. So it looks like the centaur was sent here to become an oracle and to go through the fourth flame, which is really the eighth flame, the heart chakra, and to purify their soul like a peacock. So the peacock in alchemy it's actually written in here that we have all the colors like a peacock, and the peacock turns white. So peacock with multicolored tail is an alchemical understanding. So it says, the peacock showing off its tail, the appearance of many colors. And then we go to the white swan, like the white holy dove. When the peacock gives up its tail colors, this means giving it up. Giving up many things. Everything turns white in the blink of an eye. And this is what we see often. You see this lightning strike? Like a lightning strike, we shift timelines. We move mountains. We shift into another body of another God. And when we shift timelines, we move mountains, and everything turns white in the blink of an eye. So there's stages called the reddening. There's stages that are connected to fire, water, smoke, all that. And it looks like the top of your head is smoke. So you are going through burning away all that is false and hearing the voice of God to become the hand of God. Notice that the B is the number 13. It's a master. Notice your hair makes 11. The 2 pillars. Very significant. Yeah, it's the study course on alchemical symbolism. Thank you, True to You. I love you. Oh, you pinned a comment. Yes, 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 yes. All right, we'll take a picture. What a great read. You're at 12, but it says 13. So that's your next that's your next number. Thank you for subscribing. My subscribers get free gifts. I send you guys gifts all the time. Today I'm going to be giving a free reading or 2, and I will mail it to you in the mail. So, yeah. This was, Thor. Thor is also a reflection that we came from up here and were sent down here to give up pride, arrogance, and some things, and then grow back up again. It's the same story as Inanna. It's the same story that gets told over and over and over again. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, my lovelies, my little angels, my little children, because I'm a child too. We're all children here, learning. I want to remind you guys that I could be wrong. I don't want you to believe what I believe. Take what I say as entertainment if you want. What I see in these readings, they open my eyes to so much that I was blind to and asleep to. And I think that it's really helped me personally. If it overwhelms you or you think that it's not true, that's okay. We're not in this room to make you come and believe us. My agenda has always been that you hear the voice of God within you. Don't trust the church and religion and dogmas and what you read. Go within, and the kingdom of heaven is within you. In Aramaic, that's what Jesus said in his language. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You have the power to move mountains. You can be as powerful as him if you can hear God and obey God. And so it's a wonderful story, but may not be for everyone, so that's okay. And guess what you should do if you don't agree? Go and seek first the kingdom of God. Don't seek first a kingdom that you do not believe is God. All right. These are my cards. I'm getting them together here. I don't want them to... I have black on my hands from doing charcoal. These are my cards. These are the stamps. So I'm just going to send you a card in the mail. This is a communication from your spirit guide to you. Inside the card is going to be a song that Spirit sends to you, and I'll sign it, and we will mail it to you. You will have to send me an address, whatever address you want me to send it to, and you'll have to text it to me. So we will do a few of these. And I found some pretty flowers. I went to the post office today and I was like, what's the prettiest stamps you have? So I have these. So thank you for my subscribers for subscribing to me. Some of the gifts that I'm going to be giving away include beautiful glow-in-the-dark necklaces to help you to remember to keep your heart lit in the darkest hour. I also have zodiac coins that have beautiful symbols on them, front and back, in a nice case. And I'm going to be giving out very special gifts when you become a subscriber for 3 or 6 months. The gifts will just get better, and I will just choose you randomly, and you guys will enjoy wonderful, unique handmade gifts. Many of the things that I give you, we make right here in Forest Fairy. But my bag baby is this. So this is the main thing. So if you would like a card from me and a message from your higher self today, you just say, I love you in the comments, and I will choose you. All right, Brandy, congratulations. And thank you for subscribing. I'm also going to follow you, my darling. I like your picture. It's cute. It's a kitty cat. So, Brandy, let's see what Spirit has to say. Spirit, connect with Brandy. Brandy, I see you in my mind holding a wand. This means that you are holding a divining wand. You are beginning to hear a voice, and you're beginning to really become pretty good at following it. Like you'll hear a song on the radio. You'll see numbers. Somebody will say something. You're starting to see things in synchronistic ways. This is Spirit telling you that you're starting to hold the divining wand. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Here we go. Just be aware that you will have to text me your address today or tomorrow, whatever. Alrighty. You have cats, a cat and a dog, and a dragon. You have so many animals around you. This reflects that you have so many spirit guides. You even have a stag here. And so let me show you what this looks like. Here you are. The dragon is like blowing smoke on you. See the smoke? Oh, no, it's fire and it's lightning. Okay, that's good. This is Spirit telling you that you, like a lightning strike, you have entered into a new world. Welcome to the world where you are riding on your dragon. You're going through a marriage. This is of understanding that you are more than you. So here you are riding on that dragon, and you have more than one animal. There's a person coming forward, an older person. It says BA. B-A here. I don't know if you can see that. B-O-A. Very interesting. So you have this crown, has a moon on it, and there's this person behind you. Reminds me of an energy that I saw in the spirit realm once, and I don't really know much about them. It may be a spirit guide. It looks like a Syrian energy. Okay, now I know what this is. This is what Spirit has to say to you. There's a hat man, and the hat man is a sword. And he has eyes. He's a hat man. But this is a sword. And this is a shield. That. These are artificial intelligent beings, people who they can't really hear God. They have a helmet. When you think of helmets, think of, if you've ever watched Lord of the Rings, think of Grima Wormtongue. Grima actually means helmet. For someone to have a helmet over their face like that, it's people who cannot hear God. And so your dragon is cutting them out of your life. And kind of ruthlessly. So you have the sword and the shield. This is you learning that not everyone is allowed to know how you feel or what you think. Not everyone is allowed to be in your energetic space. So your dragon is literally crushing the head of the dead. This is kind of a ruthless thing because this is let the dead bury the dead. This is a symbol of those who follow death and want to keep you in limited understanding or whatever. They have to be cut out of your life because you're on the dragon. You have these beautiful flowers all around you, and you have your dress is just made of flowers, and this is you growing, and you're going to become so energized and so high in frequency that those who cannot create their own power and cannot hear God, they want your power. I'm sorry, they can't have it. You can't be tethered to someone who can't give you truth or life, who follows lies. So there's a bumblebee on their chest, and this is that your energy will actually activate them to hearing God. You don't have to give them your power. They will actually start to awaken, and they will start to feel God just by you just being there. So they have their hand over their heart. This is like, I pledge allegiance. I promise you this. I promise you that. You're going to be like off with your head because you are, you don't have the energy. You do not hear God. So, whomever that is, when they get the helmet off, think of the word hell and met. When they get the helmet off, they will open their heart. Right now, their heart is blocked. And they will have eyes to see. But you have a lot of power and you have protection. And you need to use your shield and your sword at this time against the selfish, blind, and those who are spiritually dead. Because the spiritually dead hurt us, and by extension, our spirit. It's not a time to be helping, it's time to be working with our spirit guides and working with, you have the cat like Freya, and you wearing a wedding dress. This means you're going through the marriage of flesh and spirit. The people who are still in the flesh and they don't have spirit, your arm is lightning, and it is the breath of your dragon. So you have a powerful job to do, and your power will have the ability to cut the dead out of your life ruthlessly. You're going to have to learn to be ruthless. And this doesn't mean being mean or making spells or cursing anyone. It means true forgiveness. It means don't look back. It means notice this looks like a mirror, were once a mirror of who you were. And if you were that, your past self will come to you and say, how about now? Will you invite me in your life now? And you say, no, I'm no longer you. So everyone is a mirror of ourselves. And if your old self comes that used to be under mind control, you just say, no, I'm a new person now. And then you protect yourself with the shield and the sword. This is an amazing piece, and I love your dragon. All right, so your dragon has a little heart over the throat chakra. Work on your throat chakra. All right, let's see if we can hear a song from your dragon to you. I don't know why this came into my head. Just take it as it is, right? Trying to hold this closed. So I She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, what do you mean? I am the one. That's it. She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor in the round, baby. So it's something about you being the one, Neo. There you go. We will put it in the envelope. Do you say envelope or do you say envelope? We'll put it right here. Spirit will pick out a stamp for you. I can do a lavender one. We will put it right here. And I will put your address on it and send it to you, okay? Who's next? Congratulations, that was a wonderful read. Shield and sword. Off with your head. You are a mirror of who I was, and I'm no longer that anymore. So off with your head. All right. If you would like a reading, if you are a subscriber, especially because I picked subscribers first, just say I love you and I will pick you, and we will do a piece from Spirit to you and I will mail it to you. You just have to send me an address through text. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Yes, yes, yes. You guys are so nice. Stacy, I love you. Here we go. Stacy, I'm going to follow you. Let us go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you today. This may just be a message just for today. It may not be your whole life. It may not be this week. It may just be just for today, okay? So I'm going to look into my mind and see what I see about you, Stacy. I see music. I see you getting into listening to really great binaural beats, sounds that somehow Spirit is showing me. Maybe you're affected by sound. Maybe something affects your heart chakra. But I see you have the letter M, like your hands are making the letter M and you listening to music. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Here we go. Oh, very interesting. Wow. Incredible. All right. Well, see if you can see this a little better if I do it like that. Maybe you can see that better. Very delicate, beautiful, little intricate designs here. It seems as if everyone's wearing a wedding dress. Everyone's going through the divine marriage. Everyone's becoming really good at hearing Spirit and obeying Spirit. Like y'all are doing so well that everybody's wearing this Cinderella dress, getting ready to go to your castle and leave the narcissistic mother and stepsisters behind, you know. And you have these flowers just everywhere. Really beautiful flowers. like this for today. This is a wonderful read, and a rose here, and you have tassels hanging down. You know, tassels are a communication of making sure that you wear high frequency, something to do with sound and frequency for sure. These flowers, you just have thousands and thousands of flowers just everywhere. Now there's children back here, and there's a mother, and there's, I think these are people in your life. You have, there's a family, and then look at this beautiful flower. These are all different colored flowers like this. And the water is going down, watering the roses. And your whole dress makes a dragon also. But you do have like a... Whenever I see more than one dragon around you, it means that your dragon is teaching you many things. So the first dragon is, oh, hi, I'm teaching you how to have the heart of a child. So you have a child right here. And the other dragon will have another personality. And this is teaching you what to eat. Because there's a carrot here. Maybe you need beta carotene. How to feed your body so that spirit can be strong within you. So each dragon is a teacher of sorts. And there's a rabbit here. Ah, ha, ha. We are in the year 2023. This is the year of the white water rabbit. And the white water rabbit is almost gone. So we're getting further into the year of the rabbit here. So there you are, dressed up. You have one silver slipper. So you're wearing the silver slipper of Cinderella. I love it. There are people drinking this living water. I think that this is about food. This is about frequency. This is about water. And the age of Aquarius, and about you blooming into your spiritual adepthood. There's these fairies. They're so tiny. They're so cute. And they're happy. And I don't know. I get the feeling like they're pieces of yourself. I don't know, but they're very happy. And And you just need to watch what you eat and drink, and feed your spirit. So these little children, they all have like fairy wings, and this is so cute. This is maintain the heart of a child, watch what you eat, keep a smile on your face. You're not alone. You are the waterer of beautiful things. You help beautiful things grow when you are in your element. If you have someone else's personality connected to you that's not you, you will not only not like yourself, but other people won't like you either, because that's not you. You are the glass slipper. Here's your other foot. You are the Cinderella wearing the glass slippers, watering beautiful things. You are a beautiful thing. Water it. You are a beautiful thing. Eat good things. Flowers emit frequency, and so this is about you listening to the sound of beautiful things. The trumpet is a flower that is a sound, like a trumpet. And the trumpet is the golden age of Aquarius and the sound of God. But it's also about what we listen to can hurt us or help us. Because when we become someone that we're not, because somebody aggravated us and we ended up becoming like them, nothing will work in our favor. So you are the bearer of the age of Aquarius, bringing and growing beautiful things. You have a dragonfly. It's really cute. I'll turn the light on here, but I think that you couldn't see it as well. But that's you. The two dragons is two lessons that are being taught to you at this time about your holy temple, which is your body. But look how beautiful you are. It's a wonderful message for today. Let's see if I hear a song. Open it this way. You ask me if I'll change my mind, that I'll grow tired of you. Never, my love. Never, my love. That's from your spirit to you. You ask me if I'll change my mind, that I'll grow tired of you. Never, my love. There you go. Let's put it in an envelope. An envelope. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. Envelope, envelope. Nope, nope, nope. Hold on. There we go. And you know what you're going to get is the buttercup, because that's the trumpet that was in your art. So ha 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 ha. Turn it upside down. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing is writing your names down. I better write your name on this side, Stacy. There we go. All right, that's 2. One more. One more. If you are a subscriber, you get some love from Mama. From your higher self wants to give you some hugs and kisses, all right? So just say, I love you. You're so welcome. Aw, thank you, Soul. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I love you, Solstice Lights. Yes, you're very welcome. Thank you, babies. Boop, 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 boop. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Do, 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 do. Sorry, you guys, so many of you guys are asking for this, and it's just like, oh, I want to pick all of you guys. Maybe I'll do more than this. Let's see here. Let's do, oh, thank you, Grandma Alex. You're so nice. You guys are so nice. Oh, somebody said, I wub you. That's so cute. Solace, 3. I love that. Let's do Edward Solace. And then we're going to do Queen Karma. Because I just feel like Spirit wants to say something to you today also. All right, let me get a drink. Hold on a second. Edward, thank you for subscribing to me, darling. You will have to text me your address. Y'all, an address. It could be a P.O. box. It doesn't matter, whatever. All right, Edward, let me tap in. See what Spirit says about you. I saw an airplane. I saw you looking up at an airplane. I saw that it distracted you. I saw that technology is distracting. Here's nature, here's God, here's Spirit, and you've got this good energy. And you're like in the groove, and then here comes an airplane flying over your head. And it's just like you look up and you were distracted from something. So I think that I felt you. So let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you. So here we go. Edward Solace. You're a little boy. Like you have a little boy here. And you're becoming invisible. You're wearing like a superhero like kind of outfit. You're putting your hands up. You have invisible hands. You look like Doctor Strange. You're wearing a cape. It's a Doctor Strange cape. Out of your hands comes circles or spirals, and it literally opens a portal, and out of the portal comes a time. And so hold on a second. So here you are. See, you look like, but see, the portal cut your head a little bit, or at least it's such a light that I don't know what's happening. You're like Doctor Strange. You're walking in the eye of the needle. You're walking through time. You're shifting time. You have a power, I don't know if you know. Sometimes people have power they don't ever use because they didn't know. But you're in a boat. The boat is, you're in the eye. This means that you're in the in-between place. There's, there's a shaman of sorts. Let me just show you the boat. The boat has a little star at the bottom like this. Okay? You're in the boat. There's a witch here. This witch has parasites. You are pushing her energy away from you. So let me show you. What does a witch mean? A long chin is somebody who is arrogant. A long nose is a liar. It doesn't mean that it's an actual witch. It means that there are narcissistic people who, if you actually obeyed God, and I'm not talking about you, but if this person obeyed God, their face would look more divine. Distorted faces like big jaws, long noses, giant ears, long chins are a communication. For her to have a cloak with a long chin and a long nose, and you putting your hand up and literally creating a portal of protection around you like that is your power. So you are learning while you're in this boat. You're standing in this eye of the needle. This is the eye of the needle of God. While you're here, Spirit is telling you that while you're in the boat, you are learning. And what you're learning is to keep liars away from you. Definitely long-nosed Pinocchio liars. Long chins, long noses. So, you're going to be working with your energy like Doctor Strange. And see how your head is kind of diminishing? This is what you're going to be learning. In the Gospel of Philip it says, if you are illuminated, the dark ones cannot see you or detain you. You're becoming invisible. Half of your head is gone here. You're using your invisible hand to create yourself invisible. So the liars and the thieves and the ones who are trying to push you underwater will not affect you. So what's behind you? There's an invisible female here. They're invisible. She's like an oracle. And you guys are starting to look eye to eye. This is you going through the divine marriage. Now, what's in the boat? The water reflects chaos. The boat reflects safety, hearing God. The waters will come up like the wave to try to take your boat down. You have to be like Doctor Strange and become illuminated from the inside out to keep these chaotic waters from pulling your boat into the water. And you have a dragon here. The dragon is looking at the witch with a mad face, saying, "Thou shalt not pass. Thou shalt not pull me down," basically. So there's a man in your boat, and he's rowing for you. I don't know if it's a grandfather or what, but it's a man. This is somebody who helps you. But keep a childlike heart. This boy, keep a childlike heart. Wear appropriate clothing. If you are stepping into being an oracle, see yourself as an oracle, dress as an oracle, convince yourself to hear the voice and obey it. Become illuminated from the inside out. Listen to comedy. Stay in the boat. Do not go into the waters of chaos. Don't allow this chaotic, lying, deceiving energy to get near you. You have the power of your hands. You're like Dr. Strange. You're going through like a divine marriage. Spirit and flesh are becoming as one. And you have the star leading you. And you have a spirit, a male energy. That doesn't mean that they're deceased, but it's definitely a male energy that is helping you. So this is a very good, and the cape is, the cape was alive on Doctor Strange. It actually came to life and would help him when he was in need. The art of being a child is realizing that the adult mind that is serious doesn't have power. Only our child, innocent, magical heart has the power. And that's the communication. This old witch, she's an adult. Do you see a childlike energy in her at all? Or this one? They don't get to go into the kingdom of heaven. You can only go into the kingdom of heaven with the heart of a child. And these are old grumpy people. So no. And the female, she's invisible. The male is visible. All right. Let's see if I hear a song. Well, this is the song I hear. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain. Amazing love drives a man insane. You broke my will, oh what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I don't know why. Maybe it's how powerful you're going to become if you can block the jerks. You know them by the fruit of their tree. If they don't have a childlike heart, block them. If you can't be crazy and silly in front of someone without them judging you or whatever, if you can't be stupid, and just kind of magical and funny and everything and feel comfortable, then you need to block those people. Because serious people in your life that don't have the heart of a child, they don't belong in your life, because you're going to be a very powerful person. You're the Doctor Strange. Incredible. But your power won't work unless you also have the heart of a child. You must be silly. Let's get your beautiful stamp on there. You broke my will? Oh, what a thrill. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Here we go. I'll put your name on the back so I do not forget. Look at our cards. Aren't they cute? What? They're so cute. Queen Karma. Are you still here, baby? All right. You ready to hear what Spirit has to say for you just today? I can already hear you giggling. I was thinking the other day, I want puffy hair too. I was thinking, I wish that we lived near each other so that we could all do each other's hair, like a fairy, I just have all these ideas. Okay. Queen Karma. Spirit. Yes. Here we go. Make sure. Oh, it's faced the wrong way. I definitely don't want to do it backwards. Here we go. What do I see? For you, I see in my mind when I think of you, you're so stepping into your childlike self and you're on a swing. You're swinging back and forth with flowers on the swing, but you're holding on really tight. You don't need to, because you know how to swing really high and then jump off. And you know that you can jump off, and even if you fell off the swing, it wouldn't hurt you, right? For some reason, you're holding on to the swing really tightly. So let's just see what Spirit says. Queen Karma. Now I can't get that song out of my head. Kiss me, baby. Ah, feels good. Hold me, baby. Well, something, 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 something. You are, according today, your spirit guide is cracking open an egg and putting illumination into your mind. And your mind is like cracking open like an egg also. So let me show you. And this is your spirit guide here. It's a lion, a rabbit, a mouse. There's kind of like this, and you have your arm around looking at your spirit guide. And the spirit guide has this water between you, and you're becoming like an oracle. And it's a lion. And see the egg in their hand? The egg that's in their hand is like cracking open, and it's putting illumination on your face. It's a reflection. When they say that when we crack the egg, we're starting to hear and see spirit. And then look, they're like touching you. And that, and look at your hair. And you know, there's a couple of things in your hair. Raggedy Ann doll, a female. Your entire hair is a cracked egg. You're just coming out in a new world. And your spirit guide is illuminating you and shining on you. You have a lot of animals around you. So this is the dog. You've entered into Sirius B, the dog star. You are in that energy. There's a table on your head. On the table is a game that you spin. You hit it and it spins. Everyone is seated around this table. It's part of your hair. And your hair is just like, there's that poofy hair, right? But that's an animal. This is a Raggedy Ann doll. This is a real person. Somebody, I don't know. There seems to be, maybe there's thoughts about things that aren't really true, because when I see a stuffed animal or a doll, this could be, I don't know what it means. It could be your inner child, but it may also be a reflection of things that aren't quite true, or don't buy too much into the game. And this is another person here. And then I think this is your family. I think that the doll reflects people in your family. And this is a man, and I think this is your husband. He's coming as a bull, and I think that it could be the personality. But it's also, the bull is the moon. And you just have so much stuff in your hair. You have all these little angels, these little white beings. They're all white lights, like dancing, and they have wings. And I don't know if you know this, but your energy really lifts people up. I don't know if they could live without you, to be honest. You have a really good energy. The water here, you being an oracle, the looking glass. Now, this glass makes a heart, but you know that you have a gift. I've told you this many, many times. You have a gift. Now, here again is an older woman. And there's somebody near you that well, I mean, it happens all the time. It's no big deal. But this person is in the waters of chaos, and you're protecting your energy from chaos. You are, notice that the game is pointed toward Raggedy Ann. When you spin it, it's pointed toward Raggedy Ann. So you're spinning the game. Da, 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 da. It's not at the cow, the moon. It's not at this. It's at the Raggedy Ann. And I wish I knew what it meant. I'm going to say that it might have something to do with a game isn't real, and sometimes people aren't real. And we're realizing that we are mirrors of each other. I don't know. How does Raggedy Ann make you feel? Let me ask for clarification. It's the potato again. And the little angels are flying everywhere. And you have a little peacock here. Notice this is 1, 0 or 0, 1, right? I think that it means that you have really embraced your childlike self. That Raggedy Ann, when I was young, I loved Raggedy Ann and Andy. And it reflects your past. You know, Raggedy Ann was from the 80s or whatever. And it's raggedy. They wore a raggedy dress and they were raggedy, and that's how we felt back then. This is you a long time ago, because Raggedy Ann comes from the 70s or 80s or whatever. So this is you identifying how you felt. You felt raggedy. You felt worthless. You felt like not real. You didn't feel heard. You felt like a doll. And so you have played the game, you've spun the spinner, and it's pointed toward you've pinpointed exactly the root of your pain. And the Raggedy Ann doll is the root of your pain. And now, when you see that manifesting as a person in your life or whatever, you know very well how to protect yourself and illuminate yourself from the inside out like an egg. And this is your lioness teaching you to protect your heart from yourself and to bring peace to your entire world, so that when your world is at peace, you know for a fact you've healed everything. And you're doing great. And you have people who help you. And this is beautiful. The peacock is about purification and all of that. If the peacock feathers are showing, which they are, this means that you let all the colors of the peacock feathers go into white, which is this white angel here. So open up your throat chakra and continue teaching. You have a great energy. You have ascended to becoming an oracle, to hearing God, because you have finally identified the root of your pain, which is the Raggedy Ann. And look how happy you are. And look at your hair. I love your hair. All right, here we go. When somebody loved me, everything was beautiful. Every hour we spent together lives within my heart. And when she was sad, I was there to dry her tears. And when she was happy, so was I. When she loved me. That is a beautiful song. That's for you. Keep your heart lit, keep your light lit, no potatoes. Basically what your lioness is trying to tell you. You've identified the root of all your pain. Now you can live as your authentic child, telling everybody to F off. And I'll be right there with you. Anybody who says, nah, you're this, you're that, doesn't matter. You are living your truth, you are living your life, you're living your beauty, and you're living your heart. So you've succeeded in healing the Raggedy Ann. Let's write your name here. And let's get you a pretty flower. Let's do... These are beautiful. I love these. These right here. This way. There you go. Yay! mail time. Here's the mail. It never fails. You're welcome. I love it. Thank you. It did take a long time. Hey, it's taken me a long time. Sometimes I still fall back into my child self and throw a fit. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Well, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 free readings today. Does anyone going to throw a fit if they don't get one? Hey, darling, is it time? Okay, I gotta go. That's my sign. My husband says it's time. So, until tomorrow, we'll do some more cards tomorrow. Okay, be here tomorrow, and I'll do some readings for you. Make sure that you text me your address so I'll mail these out tomorrow. But yeah, you guys keep your heart lit. What time are my appointments tomorrow? Tomorrow I have Ashley. You know what? I think she changed her appointment with me. So we may not have a reading that I know of tomorrow because somebody is rescheduling. If that's the case, we're going to be doing free readings and we will ask the universe questions. Somebody had a bunch of questions that they wanted me to ask Spirit. We'll just do that too. So let's have a play date tomorrow. I'll see if Ashley really did reschedule with me because I think she texted me today. And if that's the case, then we'll have a free date tomorrow. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Drink your water and live your best life and give your child self a present tonight. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's brushing your hair. Maybe it's putting your feet in a beautiful bath and taking care of yourself. Whatever you do, make yourself happy and live in the moment. You know I love you, and we will see you guys again tomorrow. You're so welcome. Bye-bye.